All right, I think we're ready to start. I've made it so we can see the multimeter at the same time that we see this little probe. So again, if I put it on the top, which is the positive, oh, my black lead just fell off. Hold on, there we go. Try it again. It should read 15 volts, so it's 15.03 volts. And if I touch the bottom, it'll read 0. So what I'm going to do is map out between this point and this middle point where I see 0, 3. We already know the 0 is along this line. Now, we can start from this end right here. What I'm going to do is take my probe and move up until I reach 3 volts. Okay, I'm pretty close. So it's just, you can see it's just below this cross, this first cross. It's just barely below the first cross. It's about a millimeter below, a couple millimeters below. So what I'm going to do is on my piece of paper on the right-hand side, I'm going to draw a little spot right there. So this is going to be the 3-volt line. So it's about right there. Then let's go back, move over to the left by 1 centimeter, and then go up again until I hit 3 volts. Okay, now this time it's right in the middle of the cross. So what we're going to do is put one right in the middle of the cross, right there. Okay, so you're going to do this on your own. So you're going to draw your little thing on your own. Then we go one more to the left and move up until we hit 3. Up, down. And it is a little bit below. Okay, so that one's a little bit below. Oops, sorry. Where did my hand? There it is. And we're going to go on to the next one, and we're going to map out the rest of them. So here's 4 to the left, and let's make sure you can see. I move up, you can see the voltage is increasing as you go up towards a positive plate. That's because there's an electric field that's spread out on this paper. Looks like it's right at the crosshairs there. So this one is right at the crosshairs, and we'll just keep going on until we hit the middle. Now we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At this point, you probably realize that it's going to be just near the same spot, and it's a little bit above. This one's a little bit above. And we get to the 5th one here. We've got up. This one also is a little tiny bit above. A little bit above. And then we've got the last one to do, which is right on the center mark. And that's also a little bit above. You see that? It's a little bit above. So we're going to put one a little bit above. So there's our 3-volt line. So it kind of comes in here as we go out. If you actually move outward, it's going to move around like that. It's going to turn around and come back out. But in the middle, it's fairly parallel to the other plate. Now let's do the 6-volt. So we're going to do exactly the same thing. The only difference is I'm looking for 6 volts instead of 3 volts. So let's go over to the side again and move up and see, okay, there's 5, 5.6. All right, that looks like it's right in the middle. Okay, of the next spot. So, sorry, it's a little blurry here. So we're gonna put, we're gonna put this as 6 volts. This is our 6-volt line. And we can continue on mapping things out. Sorry. That's pretty close, 5.9. Again, it looks right like it's in the middle. So go put your mark right in the middle of that next one. Like that, right? So now I've got 2 6-volt ones. This one looks a little like they're very much more closer to where they're supposed to be, which is obviously right at that centimeter mark. This one looks like it's a little bit above. It's a little tiny bit above. So there are going to be a little inhomogeneities in here. These lines are hand drawn. These silver lines, I used silver paint and I did it by hand. So you can see there's a little bit of jiggling on it. They're not perfectly straight or parallel. It causes a tiny bit of imperfection in the measurement. So now we're going to go 1, 2, or the third off. Let's go up and find 6. Oh, there's 6.1. It's right below it. A tad bit below. And 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Oh wait, I did that one. Now we go to the next one. Go 6. This one looks like it's a little bit above. Yeah, just a tad bit above. So what you're going to do once we're done is connect those lines, connect all those dots together, connect all the 3 volts together, all the 6 volts together. So here's the 6-volt one. Yep, that one's right in the middle. All right, well, we got one in the middle here. And we got one more to go for the 6 volt, and then we'll be done. Unfortunately, this is, you know, you can't do it yourself, but at least you can see somebody do it. It's probably not the most exciting thing to watch me do this. So here I am I got my probe right there. All right, that's right in the middle. So that last one is right in the middle too. So once you're done, just sort of like draw a straight line. I mean, don't do wiggle like this. Kind of just draw the best line you can, connecting the dots. There's going to be a little bit of error, but pretend you're drawing that this is a random error on the graph. And you can see that they are very closely parallel, except when you get to the end here at the 3 volt one. Now we're going to do the 9 volt, which is going to be probably along this one right here. So let's go ahead and the 9 volt one, starting again at the beginning. So we're assuming it's going to be up here somewhere. That's when it says overload, it's auto ranging. Oh. The lights just went off in the lab. See if I move my hands around, they'll turn on. Sorry about that. The labs have this auto off feature, which can be annoying. Sorry, so let's go and go back to our 9 volt one. That looks like it's above. You see that? It's above by a few millimeters. So I'm going to put that one about there. And the second line. Oops, I gotta make sure I'm right. This looks like it's right. A little bit above too. It's a little bit above. Okay, so a little bit, tiny bit above. And the third line, 1, 2, 3. No, it looks like it's above too. There, see that? It's still a little bit above. One, 2, 3, 4. So it's this one. This one looks closer. It's just okay, it looks like it's right on it. That one looks like it's very close to where it's supposed to be, so I'll put it right on there. Again, you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're just trying to get the best value. All right, so that looks very close to. It's a little bit above. Oops, where am I? A little tad above, then we got 2 more. Alrighty, we are now here. Trying to make sure you can see the probe at the same time. Okay, that's really close. You can see it is, again, a tad above that point. So I'm going to transfer that in there. And then we have the last one, which is right in the middle. There. And again, it's very close to it, but a tiny bit above. So now we're going to do 12 volts. So that was 9 volts. Here again. And we've got 12 volts should be over here somewhere. Okay, that's 11. Oh, no, it's a little bit above, but that's to be expected because it's near the end. Okay, so that's a little bit above. A few millimeters here. The closer you are to the end of the plate, they're going to start bending. Okay, and we've got this one, so we want 12. All right, that's really close to the plate, but a little bit above still. And we've got the third one out. Looks like it's right on the plate there. You see it? Right, I mean, not on the plate, right on those crosshairs. So I'm going to make it right, third one out, right on the crosshairs. And then we have the fourth one. That looks on the crosshairs too. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? This one. That looks like right in the middle too. It's very sensitive, the probe. Like just moving it around just slightly will cause it to do weird things. Okay, so now we're almost done with this one. 11 point, no, we gotta go up a little. Yeah, that one's a tad bit above. And the last one, my probe's over here. It's very close, but just barely, a very, very small amount above, but almost there. So that's the 12 volt. Okay, So we're done except for the fact we got to map things outside. So let's do that on the next